add another one. Sorry, I just video capture. Video. Hold on, I gotta get this situated, really situated. And my video has been like kind of off. Alright, I gotta figure out how to fuck. I am so tired of this video situation. Okay, hold on one moment. Hold on one moment. Hopefully. Come on. Sorry, I should have set this up already, but welcome. Welcome to my live stream. Well, there are some things I want to talk about that's going to make people be like, okay, why? Or how'd you know? Or like this, yesterday, the Pope has died. And I realized, like, okay, I must have predicted something because I was searching up, like, I gotta look through these, see which ones I wanna, see which one I wanna draw, and yet I'm having a hard time with my computer just, yeah. But anyways, back to the idea of, like, how did I predicted this? Okay, it's weird. It's going to be weird. I'll tell you that. Like, I was looking up preachers who've died on stage or whatever, or on a cathedral, or whatever the heck it's called. And something tells me somebody religious is going to die. And I'm like, oh well, I'll just keep watching this one video where the pastor has died after he preached. Something tells me, okay, someone religious is going to die. And I did not expect it on yesterday. But I had that thought a day before that, day before the Pope has passed away. And, like, it just came to me. But yet, something was really off that day while I was watching some videos. It's morbid curiosity. There's no blood, there's no gore, but just, but like, yeah, it was strange. It was strange for me to know what was going to happen. And yet, oh, Muse Amari. Okay, hold on. There we go. We got something to kind of redraw. But anyways, my point is, I'm not one of those people who are prophets or whatever. I don't believe I'm a prophet. But it was just so weird that, okay, this happened. And it's just so strange how that happened. The next day I thought it would happen. Maybe I have a connection with God. Maybe it was schizoaffective. Who knows? Who knows? But something told me somebody religious is going to die. That's what I heard in my head. And yeah. Alright. Let's just talk about something else now. Something I want to really pinpoint at is that, there will be Therian children who look on my videos and stuff. I'll talk to them, but I'm not going to be the type of person who do bad things on minors. I'm going to be smarter and more better than these fucked up people of the internet. Like, seriously, there's people who are absolute PDF files and don't do anything to better themselves or to, like, nothing. They're a lost cause of God. Lost causes. Like, if you ever do, like, hurt children and that sort of thing, I can't accept you at all anymore. Like, yeah, hate the sinner. No, hate the sin, but not the sinner. But there are some things, you know, as an open-minded Christian who believes in gender issues, who feels that, you know, like, I'm sorry, I'm losing words here, but, like, to be honest, I don't want to hang around with kids in private. I don't want. You can be friends with me and all that in open view, but I am not taking anybody who is under the age of 18 to, you know, like, oh hey, you know, I like your videos. Yeah. Okay, now I remember what I was trying to talk about. The PDF file is a lost cause. They don't want to deal with God. Then there are some who. Lynn, I already took you out when I got home. What's up with you? You want lovin's? You want lovin's? Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. But yeah, like, it's so strange. The majority of YouTubers are becoming pedophiles. PDF files, I'm sorry. And that really, like, is there a sex thing? Whatever the fuck it's called. Like, not train, but, like, they do it in open doors. It's like, you know, you need help or you need to go to prison. Help from both God and the psychiatric kind of stuff. I don't want kids around me in private messages. If they go into my Discord, it's all public, okay? I'm not going to be like those fucking disgusting people just because I'm a YouTuber who... Some people would say, oh, they'll take advantage of kids. I don't like that. I never liked that. But, like, to be for real, don't ever try to go after kids. If you're over the age of 18, don't talk to kids in general. Like, there are some of my friends online, kind of questionable, but like they're over the age of 18 from what I always ask their age while during a conversation. Like, hey, how old are you? And then they say, like, okay, I'm 14. Like, no, I can't deal with you. I'm going to be smart not to interact with kids. I have a Therian child in my comments. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with commenting my works in a positive light, but I am not going to be the role model type when it comes to, like, issues of, I don't know. It just really messes me up that there's people out there who take advantage of little kids while being famous on YouTube. I'm not going to do that shit. Like, as in, like, you know, I'm not going to be the type of adult. I've never been attracted to kids. Never. Like, I love to see them smile, happy, you know, laughing and everything. That's the peaceful part of children. But when it comes to, like, screaming and not getting their way and, like, no. The thing is that, you know, I want my minors followers to just, you know, understand that I don't want to be interacting with y'all online because that's wrong. It's creepy. You know, and it's like there's people out there who do take advantage, and I'm not the type. Never have. Like, yeah, I've had conversations that were not appropriate, but I'm not that type of person because like I'm not the type of person to go after kids, or I'm not. I just hate how people take advantage of them in this society. Pedophile ring. That's what it's called. A ring. Like, is there a pedophile ring in the YouTube community or something? Like, I don't get it. I don't get why it's out in the open. Now I know why that some of the comments were turned off on certain videos. You know. And I had this thought of, like, okay, I know I now got, like, followers, subscribers. Just be careful out there. That's all I asked you guys. You know, I mean, I just don't feel right with kids. No matter how old they are. I just don't feel comfortable being around kids in general. And especially online. I don't feel comfortable with that. So, yeah, you can publicly talk to me, but I'm not going in the DMs moment. Because, like, there's people out there who, you know, take advantage of them. I'm not the type. But I'm doing it for the safety of kids. Because I do not want them to deal with what I had to deal with through the years. You know, what I mean by this? Like, I've dealt with disgusting people in my life. I was a victim to one of them. Just right after the age of 18. I got taken advantage of. As a disabled person. And at the time, I didn't know better. And something tells me, hey, stop visiting George Wilson. Which he is the predator who had CP, cheese pizza, whatever you prefer to call it, along with photos of me being, like, it's disturbing. I'm sorry to, like, talk about it, but I was a victim of being taken advantage of because of, you know, I was, like, over hyperly sexual, yeah, but I didn't think of it at the time. And then years and years later, along with my ex, Larry, and my dad when he was alive, found out that George Wilson, has taken advantage of so many kids. Like, what the fuck? What in the fuck? If God ever just pissed me off. It just pissed me off so much that through the years of dealing with sick people, sick fucks, or whatever people would call it, cupcake eaters, sick fucks, weirdos, things like that. Like, I dealt with, like, I fucking cried at the FBI / police station when, like, of course, like, there's a lot of, like, my mom called me. I thought she was talking about nudes on the internet that, you know, like, that I posted and stuff back in the day. I thought she was talking about that, but it was, like, a more serious matter. Like, yeah, I was taken advantage of, in a way. And hopefully, if he ever got out of prison, I hope to God somebody's going to call him a pedophile in the public. Like, pedophile, I'm going to do it. I'm going to call out, if he ever comes around here in this town ever again, like, it's not cool. It just, with Larry, when I was with him, he was he is a sex offender. When and I tried to help change him, but he never changed. He didn't want to get a job. He was sneaking around my sister's, like, it's just wrong. It's just so wrong. I'm sorry to vent. I'm sorry to vent about it, but it's been with me for the abuse I have gotten when I was younger. And when George Wilson, years and years back before the prison situation, when I was was like, okay, and then something tells me, like, he's taking advantage of you. He's taking advantage of you, kind of situation. I didn't think at the time, but I sure did stop going to his house because something tells me, my gut was like, no, something's not right. Something is not right. Oh, I thought you were chewing your butt. What the heck, London? But yeah, I've had a history. Some people would call me a pedophile. Whatever. Apologist. I quit going to nasty people anymore. I'm so glad with the boyfriend I have now is better, hell of a lot better. He treats me so good, and I love him so much. He is a very good person, and God gave me a gift out of him. My boyfriend now. But the one I had before, like, yeah. I mean, I was hanging around with bad people at the time, and London, go lay down. Out or lay down. Go lay down. I know you had just went out. Out, girls. Out. Come on, out. Thank you. Sorry. The whining has to stop. I don't know why she's whining for. London is, anyways. She always been doing that a lot, and there'd be times she would go outside and then she barks like, "I'm done, Mom. I'm done." But anyways, back to the conversation we were just having. It is horrific. I dealt with Ruben. I've dealt with Larry. I dealt with George. I've had bad people in my life. But I now, feel better that I'm not around these type of people anymore. I got church groups. I got, it's beautiful that I got new friends. It's beautiful that I've have a community. I understand that you guys are going to be suspicious about me. Don't worry about it. I've been a weird person most of my life. But I'm taking pride in, being a good weirdo. Not like politicians or... yeah. It's really fucked up. Really fucked up how... I think there's a pedo ring in YouTube where people don't notice it. Same with the animal abuse rings. Like what? Child abuse, animal abuse, all that. And that's not very cool at all. I mean, I'm starting to realize that YouTube has become a pedo ring of its own. And that's why most of the kid channels get, their channel comments muted. I can understand that. For the protection of kids. So. Why is that one song stuck in my damn head? I can't explain it. That song's stuck in my head since that cat meme that I just played around. So kids, if you're wanting to private message me, don't. Don't ever private message me if you're under the age of 18. So it's for safety reasons. So just be careful out there on the internet. Who knows if the person you follow is problematic or not. A lot of things are problematic anymore. So I'm sorry to talk about this subject, but it's been stuck with me since I've gotten a couple comments from this child on my ears, on my... Like, I tend to attract children to my channel, apparently. And it's just so strange that most of my following... I checked on my following type, and they're just mostly, like, 20-some-odd-year-olds to 30-some-odd-year-olds. I'm going to be 32 on May 2nd, so my birthday is coming up pretty soon, and I want to celebrate it somehow. My boyfriend, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate the love and respect, you know. Let me see my... Nope, the camera's not freezing. Okay, good. But, like, yeah, okay. But, yeah, okay, get those fingers off. It's like, I'm an artist who thrives for growth. Alright. Muse. But yeah, it's just been... Oh, that song is stuck in my head now. Oh my goodness. The one with the cat. Car, they call it. Hold on, I'll do that. But yeah, okay, that needs to be lifted up a little. Okay. It's just, life is beautiful and life is a fucking too. Fucking. No, I don't like that. No. Sorry that my desk is just... How about... Okay. Let's undo that. But like, yeah, there was also a dream I had last night. And I was showing these people my artwork, how it has improved. I was with a group of people, and I guess I was at a restaurant or something, and I see that they were so impressed by my art. These people, like, these people were like, wow, you improved. Everything's really good, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, thank you. I know I'm not the best at art, but most of the time I'm like doing art or doing videos. I've I've opened up a can of worms that way when it comes to like, children following me and stuff. Just be careful. That's all I can say. And if you're like underage or whatever and try to get into my DMs, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You don't do that. You don't hang around with adults. Especially those that are over almost near 35 to 40s. Like, I know I'm just making a big impression out of a community. It's just some people, take advantage of that. And I don't like that. It just really bugs me the whole time. Oh, there we go. There we go. I know the feet's not really on the ground, but I'm here by myself right now. So I won't be able to have Ed come in. But my boyfriend's going to be back at work at 9. Back home from work. So, be like, there we go. There we go. The foot. It's like, yeah. I just opened up a can of worms already with the hatred and, all that admitting to problems. I at least do get help for intrusive thoughts. And my intrusive thoughts would be going off. Especially like with people of color, except for like Mexicans. Mexicans, I don't have a mental issue with. I love people who are open-minded and everything and don't get offended as easily, but at the same time, like, you gotta do something about, like, okay, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this. Get rid of this shoe. Delete. This is just so wonky. So wonky. I don't like this. I don't like how this is going. I am deformed. Yeah. And fat. No. Now I know how it feels having chub rub. I wore a one of my Pride merch or whatever, like for non-binary and whatnot, and it started to hurt while at the gym, and it's like chub rub sucks. I really do think it sucks to have chub rub. And it's like, oh, I do not like this feeling. And it's like, so. Alright, hold on a moment. I hope you all understand that I'm a better person than I was before. That looks wonky. I gotta figure out what to eat tonight. I'm not gonna get takeout. Maybe I am. I don't know. I just don't do it as much. Like, yeah, it's crazy that, I mean, well, I tried on that dress that I recently got. Again, not, I didn't buy an extra dress. I just, sorry, my camera's acting fucked up. I think I need a new camera or something. Something to stop this pausing shit in my videos. Because it's gonna look like, it's gonna look like shit. There's a trash can under there. Sorry about that. Maybe. Oh. I need to learn anatomy again. Oh, hell. I'll do that. There we go. Much better. I gotta vape. I'm sorry. I just gotta deal with vaping. There is one disposable vape that I have. And it is so fancy for a disposable. And that's like, I bought it for like 20 some odd dollars for it. Just in case I lose this. I'm that addictive to it. I think the body's a little tall on this one. Let me see. I think there needs to be some straighten up to do. Oh, there we go. Alright, there should be a... Oh. It's an awkward position. Okay, hold on. Gotta get the FUPA in the right direction. That FUPA in right direction. There we go. About like that. Now people are asking me, are you a dude or are you a girl? Lately. I think I'm androgynous now. Enough to make people think, is that a guy or a girl? I'm like, okay, I am female bodied, but that doesn't mean my mind fits with the body. There'd be times I would have a love-hate relationship with my breasts. There's be times that I feel useless sexually. Usually. And it's sad that I have to, like, I'm not as sexually active anymore like I used to. And that's a good thing in my book. And like, it's just sad. Oh my goodness. But like, yeah, it's just so sad that I would have to, I don't even play with the toys anymore either. I know, TMI. I apologize. But like, it's so sad that I have to. Oh my goodness. Alright, I gotta twist this. Focused. Alright, okay. And then, like, it just... I'm not sexually active anymore. Lately. Except... Yeah. I just have that fear of... Like... I'm not doing anything right. I mean... I believe to have sex with somebody... with a partner... or somebody in general... it connects people. Spiritually. I know what that's like. And yet... people... tend to be overly sexual. I never could get the idea why men over the age of 30, 40, and 50 have to get their erectile dysfunction bullshit dealt with. Like, dude, you're no good for reproducing anymore. I know that you want to reproduce or you want to have fun having sex. Why? What's the purpose in that? Like, what's the purpose in that? Never could get the idea of why it's such a purpose to, like, who knows? I love God. I love my man. I love my family. You know? And yeah. Alright. The hair is going to be really cool, I guess. But I hope you guys understand that sex ain't always that important. It's never been that important. But it sells. It brings people together, apparently. Either... Okay. But yeah, like, it's getting ridiculous with sex. Sex is a bad thing in my book. If used... improperly. You know, I just don't understand why people think sex is important. Like, yeah, it's important to reproduce, but to love someone, to feel connected spiritually, yeah, that's a good use I only see out of that. Be connected with my significant other situation. But yeah, it's really, really awkward that I'm gonna just save this. I'm in a venting mood so much that I don't understand why life has to be a fucking. Life's a fucking. Let me see my. But I have to reset this. But yeah, it just kind of like throws me off when it comes to dealing with sex. I dealt with sex so much in my younger years. Like, I was obsessed with it. It's not a good thing to obsess over, or, you know, be obsessed with boys or girls, or, you know, just want to experience the humane life. I'm sorry that this startled you guys in a way. It's just, I got a lot in my mind when it comes to, like, why do people think sex is important? Why do you want to go after younger people? Why do you want to have relations with your animals? And that's, both of those are very disgusting and very sinful. Like, God made a list, like Ten Commandments of sex. Part no children, no dogs and animals, no no dead or your parents, all that. Like, I never could understand why people would do those things. We're basically Sodom and Gomorrah at this point. Like I said, I had that feeling, the Pope, I didn't expect the Pope to be one of those religious figures to drop dead on Easter. I just had that feeling. Like, a couple days before that. Like I said about that. And I still got a lot of praying and reading the Bible to do. And when me and my sister were together earlier today, well, we talked about life pretty much and how we're in a war. Somebody fired at us a couple nights ago. Never heard the booms, but she sure did while she was out and about with my niece. And I think we have a war thing going on. I think the Germans, something tells me that the Germans are part of this. I'm sorry, German viewers, but your military, your well, Hitler 2.0, okay? That's what the Fourth Reich is coming. And also, we're going to have a false prophet when it comes to, like, the priest, the Pope. Going to be all sorts of nasty shit going on in this world. And I don't even understand why we're going through this. Is this a spiritual war? Is this a war against one another in the United States versus the people who hate us? These things. I'm going to get killed. I'm going to be killed over this. Sorry, it's just so important to me to talk about this. And people will probably call me delusional on things. No. Well, I'll see you later. Thank y'all for coming by. I apologize for the short end of this. I'll be possibly doing another stream. Keep doing this art part Thursday. Since I don't know. I'll see you then. Thank you all for coming by. God